Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Scott, thanks again on behalf of the ISC. Really appreciate it. Why don't we take a couple questions? First of all, I want to definitely thank you, but just want to remind everyone that you can catch Scott at Big Trends. So, Scott, if you wouldn't mind just talking a little bit about your mentoring program and how our folks could get involved if they're interested.
Sure, no problem. We have a lot of different ways that we provide educational information because different people have different time frames and different schedules and different lifestyles that they live. So we have a mentoring or coaching program where we have live sessions every week, taking a look at the overall market and reviewing some of our particular indicators and strategies in depth with you. We also have ways if you want to do more educational stuff on your own pace, then obviously you can do that as well. We have DVD sets that you can watch, on your TV at home when you have some free time, or on your computer on a plane when you're traveling. We also have on-demand video through our website, where maybe you don't want to use a hard DVD. You'd rather just go ahead, instead of having to wait for the DVD to come in the mail, you'd like to have immediate access to it through our website. We have that as well. So we cover lots of different content out there to really share with every different investor some of the strategies that can help you make money when it comes to stock options, when it comes to ETF options. We do cover different option strategies in terms of talking about spread strategies and option selling strategies, not just option buying strategies. We go over multiple different indicators. We teach currently somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 different technical indicators, and we give you all of our explicit settings and strategies. We let you know for each indicator what our buy and sell signals would be, kind of like I showed you with %R and with DMI and ADX here today, so that you know very clearly what the indicator is, how it's designed to work, what you need to look for, and other indicators you might want to look to pair that with, so that you can have, like we looked at here today, 3 or 4 different indicators that really work well together. But that's our coaching side of things, our mentoring side of things, and all of our educational lineup. If you do have any questions, you can email me directly, scott@bigtrends.com, and I'll be able to get any information to you that you need about any of that.
Thanks, Scott. I see 1 or 2 questions here. One is the percentage R. Hilla says, is this available using any technical analysis program or broker? Could you just elaborate a little bit about that?
Sure. The original indicator itself is pretty standard on almost every charting platform that I've seen. I have not really come across one that does not have %R indicator on it in some way, shape, or form. However, having said that, remember that I use the indicator slightly differently. So what you need to be prepared to do with your particular charting platform is you need to go in and change the setting. The original %R is going to default to a 14-bar setting. So what you need to do is go in and change that to a 30-bar setting. And that gives you that smoothing effect where you're not getting a lot of choppy signals, you're not getting whipsawed out as much. So the first thing you want to do is change it to a 30-bar setting. Now, from there, based upon your platform, remember I said the original indicator is going to go from a 0 at the top down to -100, and we like to use a top of 100 down to 0. So just kind of flipping it to make it positive. Some charting platforms won't allow you to make that particular change, or you'll have to go into some of the coding language. So what I'll go ahead and type in here for you. You can go ahead and change the setting, that'll be no problem. But our 80 is likely going to be a -20 on the others if you can't change it. to do that a little easier. And then obviously the opposite is going to be as well. So R20 is going to be the -80. So you are going to have access to it. You might have to look at it slightly differently, but remember to change it to a 30-bar setting, and then try to play around with the scale on the side and see if you can change it from negative to positive. If not, you just need to kind of flip-flop them, and you'll still have access to all that there and be able to trade it ultimately the same way. The rules are still the same. The numbers just change a little bit for you.
Thanks. Bill has a question that's not related to FX options, but I shouldn't say it's not related because if you're talking about it, because he has a question about gold, obviously the currency's price or the dollar price is a lot of different commodities, and when you buy gold, you buy it in dollars. So Bill wants to know what your view of gold is right now, Scott.
I am extremely bullish on gold right now, and obviously there's many different ways to play that move. You can play it on a currency basis. You can play it on an ETF basis. You can play it on a futures basis. You can play it on a stock basis. And I really look at all those different opportunities. But being an options trader, I look at the currencies. Typically on a gold move, especially a move like today, gold was up over $30 and was reaching all-time highs once again intraday. When you get a move that is that powerful, you're probably going to get a little more bang for your buck looking at either some of the gold stocks or some of the ETFs, and then being able to trade options on those. Gold closed today at 1084. I wouldn't be surprised to see it up over 1,200 or 1,300 here within the next few months, and really wouldn't be surprised to see it up over 1,500 by sometime in the latter part of 2010. So I think it is a bullish trend that's going to continue. It might be a little longer, slower trend. We're not always going to see a 3% move like we saw today, but gold is still looking very bullish here from a technical perspective because it's breaking out tremendously.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.